Assalamualaikum and welcome back to theZeinabK. Today I have a really exciting video for you all. I am Muslim, and next month, well actually in about a week when this video comes out, is Ramadan. And so Ramadan is probably, I don't know, it's my favorite holiday of all of the Muslim holidays that we celebrate. And so I wanted to do a video that was focused around Ramadan since I love it so much. And I did some research, and there's actually a Ramadan tag that was started, I think it was started last year on YouTube. And there's about 10 questions that you can answer, and they're Ramadan specific. So the person who started the video, I don't remember off the top of my head her name, but what I will do is link her video below because I do want to give her credit for coming up with such a great concept. So anyway, I will write the questions down in the comment box and then on the video as well, so that you guys can kind of keep along with him. By the way, if you like this makeup look that I am rocking today, I did a tutorial about it. It is up on my channel. If you click the eye, I think it's on this side, maybe on this side, I don't know, but look for the eye, click on that, and there will be a direct link to the tutorial for this makeup look. With all that being said, let's get started. So the first question is, when do you start to get excited about Ramadan? For me, I start to get excited about Ramadan 30 days out. So during Shaban, there's just this aura of like, wow, Ramadan's coming up, Ramadan's coming up. So I would definitely say at least a month out. I am thinking about it, I'm planning. 2 weeks out, maybe a week or so out, I'll sit and do a menu, or just kind of think about anything that I want to do differently, write down some goals that I have for the month of Ramadan. So yeah, a month out. So question number 2 is, what is your favorite Ramadan memory? Wow. So for me, my fondest memory of Ramadan is when I was a child. My mom, she, may Allah bless her soul, she's no longer living, but she would always just go above and beyond to create just great, memories for us for Ramadan. And one of the things that she did is she hosted a Ramadan recipe party. And the purpose of the party was to have Muslim sisters come over, they bring a dish, and then everybody would have a card with their recipe and name of their dish. And I believe that it was like I don't know if she would do a contest or anything, but it was more about people having an opportunity to display their favorite dish, to make. And it was specific for Ramadan, so it would be an iftar. And we did this, Ramadan's in the summer now, so it was like when Ramadan was still in the fall, almost 20 years ago. So that's probably one of my favorite memories of Ramadan. Does your family have any Ramadan traditions? That's question number 3. Does your family have any Ramadan traditions? So I am now married. Obviously, you've met Mr. Sammy. I'll put his picture here. Hey, Sammy. And we've only been married a year, alhamdulillah. And so we really haven't started any major tradition as a new family, as a married couple. I would like to start a new tradition. And I think that that's something that we'll come up with as time goes on. I also think that I'll be able to do more traditions once I have children, because for me, I think children enjoy Ramadan more if we have activities and traditions that we do. One thing I will say that I did when I was growing up with my family was my mom would we would make Ramadan decorations, and we would decorate our house. So we would do like lights, we'd put lights up, we'd hang up ornaments with a star and a crescent. It was just something, I think the reason why my mom did is because we lived in the US, and so Christmas is a really big holiday here, and we didn't celebrate Christmas. And so she wanted us to have something where we could, visually, see the excitement, have some excitement around Ramadan. So that was something that we did every year. We would put lights up. My mom had a Ramadan sign she made. She had a wreath. I mean, she was really creative, alhamdulillah. Number 4, what is your favorite Ramadan food? Well, geez, this is hard. Well, the number 1 answer I think would be dates, because it is a sunnah to break your fast with a date. So and The great thing about dates is that they provide an immediate lift in your energy because it's sugar. It's very high in sugar. It's a dry fruit. So I would have to say dates are my favorite Ramadan food. Now I would, if I'm gonna put a part 2 and have like a Ramadan dish, I guess I would say, man, everything just brings me back to I just have so many nostalgia moments. I'm thinking about what I would eat when I was growing up. Breaking your fast with a date, having water, and then having a little hummus and some pita bread. And then we would go pray, and then we would have our full meal. So it would be dates, hummus, pita bread. And I still do that. I did that last year with my husband, so that's my favorite Ramadan food. So number 5 is, when you're fasting in the day, do you think about food? No, not really. If anything, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna prepare for dinner. So that's really the gist of thinking about food. For me, I think about the most when I'm fasting is just my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you know, I try to be cognizant of my behavior. I try to be more aware of my surroundings, to have gratitude and appreciation. I mean, this is really the purpose of fasting. It's not just about restraining from food and drink. It's a spiritual experience. So number 6, I kind of already answered this, but besides water and dates, what do you break your fast with? So typically I will just have hummus and pita bread. Another thing I will do is I will have soup. My stepmom taught me how to make a really great lentil soup. So I make that, and the great thing about it is you make a big pot. It lasts you for about, I want to say 4 or 5 days, and it's an easy thing to heat up. If you're cooking dinner, you know, you can eat that really quickly, and while the rest of your food is finishing up cooking, you can pray, and then by the time you're done praying, dinner is ready. So question number 7 is, what do you eat for suhoor? The thing for me is that I try to find things that are lasting me throughout the day. So nothing that has a lot of sugar in it, like nothing white, no potatoes or anything like that. Typically I do an egg with some toast, wheat toast, and some oatmeal. And then I have fruit, probably like some berries, strawberries and blueberries, things of that nature. Actually, you know, the biggest thing with suhoor is, like, you know, mentally you're thinking, oh my God, I gotta eat as much as I can because I have to fast all day, but it's really about spreading your food out. So when you break your fast for iftar, I usually will eat, you know, iftar, dinner, and then a couple hours later I'll eat again. And I'm constantly drinking water throughout the night, before I go to bed and right before I get up, so that I'm hydrated. Another tip is, if you want to add more hydration to your water, let it soak some cucumber or watermelon in it. I try to do it for a day, and I drink that. That's very hydrating, and it was very successful for me and my husband last year. Okay, what is your least favorite thing about Ramadan? Okay, this is gonna sound kind of like a cliche, but my least favorite thing is that Ramadan ends. I mean, it's 30 days, but it goes by so quickly, and like as soon as you kind of get into it, I mean, it goes by so fast. And in the beginning, the first few days is a little bit rough. You're tired, your body's adjusting, but then you just kind of get into it, and everything comes together. You have your routine, and you know, being able to go to the masjid for Taraweeh prayer, and going to different people's houses for iftar. I mean, it's just such a wonderful time. So I'm actually really, even though I'm excited about Eid al-Fitr, you know, I am disappointed that Ramadan ends. So that's my least favorite thing. Okay, one thing that makes you happiest at Ramadan. So for me, I will say it's iftar with my family, with my husband, and then when I was younger with my parents and with my sisters, just sitting together and talking and reflecting, praying together, praying Maghrib together, and then praying Isha together. I mean, that I think my heart wells or perks up the most when I think about that time that we had together. And that's truly a blessing, you know, that Allah gives us through the month of Ramadan. Is it creates a space for you to reconnect, not just with Him and, you know, connect spiritually, but reconnect with your family. And you are encouraged to go to people's houses if they invite you over, and you're encouraged to bring people over. If you are unable to fast, you should provide food for those who are hungry or homeless. It just brings your awareness to just so many things that are so much bigger and greater than you. And so I think that's what makes me the happiest, is that connection to not just my family, but to the rest of the world. Last question, what's one tip that you can give to people that are fasting? I would say, let's say that you're somebody and that's fasting for the first time. I would say it's really all mental. Once you kind of get out of your head that you're not able to eat, then you don't feel like you're being deprived of anything. If anything, you feel like, you know, this creates a space for me to focus on other things besides just food. And you'd be surprised, like, how many of us have unhealthy habits anyway, that we will go hours without eating, or you know we'll have breakfast and then like almost 10 hours later we'll have lunch. And if you think about it, we do that and don't really complain or say, oh my God, I'm you know, not able to eat. And that's because we're not cognizant of the fact that we're not eating. It's the same logic, you know. You eat your suhoor, you make fajr, and you start your day, and you're not really thinking, oh God, you know, why can't I have food? Why? Like, if you're gonna come into Ramadan with a mentality like you're suffering, then to me, you're missing the point. And it's almost like, why are you fasting if you're just gonna focus on the fact that, if you look at it from a lens of, you know, this is torture, that's not its purpose. So I would say, don't think about the fact that you're not eating, you know, think about your connection with God. I think a more specific tip I would give is the one that I mentioned before with your food. Don't overindulge. You'll see people, especially when they break their fast, they'll just go crazy and they'll just eat a whole bunch. And really, one, that's not going to help you in terms of your fasting, it really isn't. But two, you know, one of the major things about fasting is that it connects us to those who are not able to have a meal every day. And so the purpose is not to promote gluttony in us, you know. I was recently on Facebook and there was a quote posted by a Muslim sister, and it's by Imam al-Ghazali. And the quote is, the highest level of fasting is to completely cut yourself off from that which distracts you from Allah. And that's really the gist of Ramadan. It's true and utter commitment and dedication to Allah. I mean, we should be doing that throughout the year, but this is the time for us to really, it's like Allah's mercy. He gives us the opportunity to just start over and refocus, you know, because the goal is everything that you did in Ramadan, you continue it throughout the year. So that's my answer. So that is the HEART Ramadan Tag. I'm sorry if I didn't say that in the beginning. It's called the HEART Ramadan Tag. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I actually really enjoyed doing this. It was really great to go down memory lane and just think about all of the great times that I had growing up as a kid. And, you know, inshallah, I hope that when I have children, my husband and I have children, we can create the same traditions and memories for our kids. And, you know, now I have this video to share with them and, you know, to reflect on what Ramadan means to me, and what, you know, and the blessings that it provides for me in my life. So, and that's about it. If you like the video, please make sure you hit the like button and leave questions. If you have any questions, please leave them. I will say I'm not a scholar. I, you know, have some knowledge about Islam, obviously, because I grew up Muslim, but I'm not, you know, the most learned person. But that is why we have GOOGLE. And also I have family and friends that I can ask. So I definitely encourage you guys to ask questions and create dialogue about Ramadan. in the comment section. And also make sure that you subscribe if you're not already subscribing. With all that being said, I will see you all soon. Ramadan Mubarak, and peace and blessings.